to start with probably the most common, which is just why does this payment say error? So basically when you're coming in and you've already executed a payment, if it's erroring out, it is not going to go, it's going to stay in this EFT payments not sent. So really you want to keep an eye on this section of your web activity, auto post activity. So after you've executed a payment out of web activity, then all that's doing is just putting that payment on the register. No money is being sent or received anywhere. It's simply basically, I tell people to think about it as receiving a paper check from a client. You're now acknowledging that you've received that payment. It's giving them credit for it on the register, but does not know whether it's going to be approved or not. It's waiting on you to open up this EFT payments not sent section and actually execute it from there. Now, when you execute payments out of this EFT payment not sent section, once it pulls up, we'll be able to take a look at it. You'll see that when it goes through, it's going to come out of this section, and there will be no longer any more EFT payments not sent. And that will confirm to you that the payments have gone through, they've been processed, and they've been sent to the payment processor. So all of these obviously have not. So once you hit execute, it would send them through. Most of them are going to go through with no issues. Now, if any of them come back and do not clear out of this, so say we ran these and there was 13 disappeared and there was 1 left, it's because it's going to be erroring out. And you don't get any error details from that first execution. So that first screen is just going to tell you that there was an error and it's going to keep it in here. Now, to find out more details about that error, you could just click on that payment that didn't go through, and then you would just click on register down at the bottom. And then that's going to take you to their register, and you'll see the most recent payment is likely the one that you were sending through that errored, and you'll be able to open it up directly from the register. So now, in this situation, we haven't sent it through because this is just a test payment, but this is where the status of your payment is going to be. So this is an important field to keep an eye on when you bring up a payment. Anytime you have questions on a payment, if it's gone through, if it's been sent, if it's erroring, this down here will tell you. Not sent means it's sitting in that EFT section, has not been sent at all. You need to go back and execute it to get it sent through the bank. If it says error, which is likely what's happened if you've already executed it, you just need to click on this image we have here of the credit cards. And this is going to bring you to the actual payment details screen. So this is nice because it shows you whether they paid with a bank draft or they paid with a credit card. It's going to give you all their payment information, the card number they used. If it's a bank draft, it would show you their bank account information and their routing number. And then down below, the billing information is going to show you all that so that you can look for errors in there. So then down here at the bottom of that, when you scroll down, you're going to see a transaction status. And this is where, when it says error, you're going to get an explanation down here. So some common errors that we see, probably the most common is when someone's paying with a checking account, and it's going to say valid RTN num right here. And you would just, at that point, you'd know, okay, the routing number is not right. You'd scroll back up. And obviously, if we're on bank draft, you'd have an option to enter the correct routing number. So you'd reach out to them, give them a call, and let them know that you've got something wrong and need to address it. They can give it to you over the phone, and then you can send it right back through. One important thing to keep in mind here with the fact that you can edit it is that they're not going to get a notification of that. So that's something that we are working on in development. Down the road, we hope to have some communication that is automatically triggered. But at the moment, after they submit their payment, there is not going to be any further communication to them. When their payment errors, it's on you to let them know. They will see once you address it, and they fix it, it'll then show on their register that it's approved. But on their register, all they're going to see is that they submitted it. They will not see the status of the payment like you can see on their register. So it is important that you come in and look at these errors and find out what they are. Now, if it's anything outside of invalid routing number or something that maybe is a little more rare and you need help, you can certainly submit a help desk ticket at that point. But the vast majority of the time, it'll be something straightforward with the account information that you can easily fix. And it'll say over the limit, and then you'll know that they are not, or this account is not a transaction account, and things like that. So it's typically something coming from their bank, either an invalid routing or communication with their bank. And 9 times out of 10, it's something you're going to have to go back to them to either have them reach out to their bank or verify their correct information for you. Once you've done that, you would just click OK to save it, and then you'd be back at the screen and you can send it right through from here. If you don't send it from here, it's still going to be hanging out in that auto post activity under EFT not sent. But then at this point, you at least know that you've corrected it, or if you haven't, you would just be right here. So that's kind of really the main focus of where you're going to look when you've got an error. Credit cards, if it's when you execute a credit card right away, if it's over the credit limit, it will pop up. If you're executing one at a time, it will tell you that. But the majority of the time, it's not going to tell you the error message because most people are executing payments in a group. So it's not, all the payments don't have the same error and it's maybe only one. So it's really important to just bring up that individual payment that's errored. Come here, take a look, and see what it is.